Welcome to the Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. For group exercise junkies and enthusiastic classgoers, we'll explore and uncover authentic, thought-provoking, and heartwarming industry education and inspiration from entertaining, badass fitness pros. And now your host, creator of Warrior Rhythm, Warrior Strength, Warrior Combat, Warrior Revolution, and Warrior Kids Group fitness brands, Ellen DeWord. Here we grow.
Oh my goodness, you guys, I have to fly through this episode because I have like 20 minutes and then I have a Zoom meeting and I'm about to go to France. So I have no time to waste. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to talk quick. We're going to talk about Instagram today. And I don't like fancy myself an Instagram expert. Full disclosure, I have like 10,000 followers. Granted, I didn't buy any of them because I wouldn't do that because that's inauthentic. So if you're listening and you have bought followers, no. No, that's not the right route to go. Okay. So anyway, full disclosure is what I was saying. I don't have an enormous account. I mean, you might be listening and you might think 10,000 followers is ginormous, but you might be listening and think like, I have hundreds of thousands. What are you going to tell me that I don't already know? I'm bigger than you. You might be that. So anyway, but I do feel like I've got some value to add. Particularly if you have a smaller account and you're looking to grow and you don't know how to do it, or you don't enjoy it and you want to find more enjoy, or you're not successful or you're not engaged. So I guess that's kind of like who I'm speaking to with this episode. I feel like my 10,000 follower account, albeit, relative, is super engaged because it's not always size that matters. It's not always size that matters because similarly, my email list is not enormous. But you know what is? My open rate. For 4 years now, since I started the company, I am over 50% open rate. That's incredible for email marketing. It really is. So while my, hello? Hi, I'm podcasting. I'll be done in a few minutes. Hi. Okay, I'll be done. That was my daughter. Okay. So, so I was saying my Instagram account has 10,000 followers. You might be thinking that's not very big. You might be thinking that's big, whatever. But my point is it's been effective for me. And so that's why I think I have value to give you. It's been effective because I can seriously tell you that that is how I've grown my business, how I have literally found the instructor community that is teaching the warrior formats. I found them on Instagram and they found me on Instagram. Really nowhere else. I mean, conferences, I suppose. Yes. But that's where they have found me, is through Instagram. My Facebook, I'm not a huge fan of just because that account I maxed out. You know how you can max that one out. And so I can't add anyone anymore. And that's not fun because I meet people all the time I want to connect with and I can't. So Instagram is where I live. It's where I kind of like run my business and I really do it. Yes, I have branded accounts for each of the fitness formats, but I'm really just going to talk about my personal account and your personal account. Your personal account, but I'm going to use language that makes you think I'm confusing it with a professional account because I think that your personal account in the context of this show and you being a fitness professional or owner operator, or you run a program or whatever, in terms of the fitness industry and the fitness business, you do want to have a personal account that is functioning like a professional account, like a brand, like you're the brand. So if you want to have a private account, one that is kind of hidden and people can't see, you can, like maybe you have pictures of your kids that you don't want the world to see. That's fine. Have a private account. Have a private account for your kids and your family and your personal stuff. But then have an account that is you as the fitness brand that you are or are becoming. The one that promotes classes or whatever you're promoting that relates to your business and and your pocketbook or the pocketbook of your heart or your wallet, okay? So that account should actually be public and should actually be a professional account, quote unquote professional account, a business account or a creator account, one that you can run ads through or see analytics through, that kind of thing. You have different functionality when you have an account like that. So, all right. So if you need to open a new account to start marketing yourself as a fitness pro, then create an account. And I want to talk more about that. Okay, I gotta go quick, gotta go quick because A, I've got a meeting, and B, now my daughter's here. All right, so niche way, 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 way down and find something super specific related to what you do and love in fitness, something you could talk about for hours and hours and hours, something you're educated, something you fancy yourself an expert on, you're passionate about and you love. I'm just going to throw out some quick examples, some that I've seen in my feed today. There is the Menopause Mentor. That's a fellow colleague of mine, a presenter, and she just opened that account. It's perfect. She's running like it's perfect. The Menopause Mentor. Very clear what that's going to be about. Knees over toes guy. Perfect little niche down, not little, not so little, millions of followers, but perfect niched down content. Like like it's so granular that it's going to attract the right people. See, we get caught up on thinking like if we can be the generalist, if we can appeal to everybody, if we just don't say that thing that might piss off that person, or if we strip out some of our personalities so maybe more people will like us, that's actually when we lose our power and lose our ability to grow. It's the irony. It's like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like um the contradiction? Anyway, why am I always searching for words when I'm podcasting? Why am I always asking you to give me the word that I'm searching for when I can't actually hear you? That's the irony. I guess is the irony is what I was trying to say is the more you niche down, the more you risk pissing people off, the more people that don't like you, the more you're going to grow and the more people will absolutely love your guts. So the vagina coach, she's a pelvic floor specialist. The macro barista, millions of followers, perfect little account. Not a little. I don't know why I keep saying that, but like it's a perfectly little by little. I mean like niche down, narrow, not little, like narrow. Like he's showing how to do your coffee drink at Starbucks so that you can hand your phone over to the barista at Starbucks and have them make you a, you know, fitness version of a coffee. A fitness version. That was a weird way. Who else did I want to say? I have a friend that's like niched her stuff down to talking a lot about sobriety, like finding your lane. And I did want to say before I go much further into the basics of niching down, I wanted to tell you guys that I enjoy the work. People sometimes ask me because I do create a lot of content, like, is that drudgery? Do you get tired of that? And I don't. I love it. I don't know if it's the artist in me, but I like creating content. I like video, I like photo, I like cropping, I like writing, I like the artistry of it. I like marketing. I like it all. I like people. I like it all. So from the bottom of my heart, I like it. Also, I believe that relationships that you create online are real. Sometimes people think like online is not real. It's real. It's real, real. You can't convince me of otherwise because I have met so many people online on Instagram, developed real relationships with them. And then, like months later or years later, met them at a conference. And while we might be seeing each other's face and bodies and hair for the first time, by the way, everyone says I'm short. Everyone who I meet is like, oh, you're very short. Um, I I might be meeting them for the first time, but I already know them. There's no surprises. I already know them. So it is real. Those are real relationships we're building on there. So I enjoy it. They're real relationships. What else did I want to say? Oh, that it is a major shaper in your life, so be careful. Have almost like when you want a kid to have some fear of the water because they could drown, like have some fear, have some, be very cognizant of the fact that we are shaped by what we see, who we hang out with, what books we read, the music that we listen to, the food that we put into our bodies. All of that is shaping who we are, body, mind, and soul. And so are your influences online. And your account might not have the influences that you want it to. I've been there. That's a different episode or a side conversation if I see you someday somewhere. But my main account now, absolutely. It is like edifying, it's inspiring, it's uplifting to me, it's uplifting to my business. It feels good. If I go to my Explorer page, I see the kind of stuff I want to see. I see the kind of stuff that's gonna make me better. And that's important. That's so important. If you're looking at social media before you go to bed, like that stuff is working on your heart and your mind while you're sleeping. So be careful. All right, let's keep moving. Your bio should really clearly indicate what they're going to get. So don't throw them any curveballs by posting pictures of your food all the time if that's not what your bio is indicating your account's going to be about. Be really congruent between your bio and the content you provide. And that bio is everything. That bio is your identity online. That's where people are like, think about yourself when you're looking at someone's account for the first time. You might look at their pictures, you might look at their profile picture, but don't you read that bio? Like, is this account worth following? Like, what kind of content are they going to provide? That's what the bio says. It's that important. What kind of content are they going to consume? That's what needs to be in your bio. Um, if you need a private account, like one where you post personal things of your like kids and that you wouldn't want the world to see, that's fine. Have a private account. But in terms of us, this audience, your business, it does need to be public. And even though it's you and your name and your stuff, as opposed to like a business, as opposed to like a branded account. I have branded accounts. You might have a club you own and you might have the club has an account, but for us, I'm talking about like your personal branding account. It's you related to fitness. If you don't have one of those, create one. If you do have one, let's make sure it is doing the right things you need it to be doing. So you would want to take off all that personal stuff. Save that for your private account, but this is your fitness one. Okay. So set it to public. It should be like a business account or a creator account. So you have access to running ads or analytics or anything you might want to do like that. And then make sure it is either your name or if it's your cutesy name, like knees over toes guy, or vagina coach, or the macro barista, or the menopause mentor, to go back to those examples I gave. When you set it up in your settings, make sure that when you enter the name, it's your name. This is so important, you guys. So basically, search Instagram for your name, your name. And if your account doesn't show up in that search, that keyword search, you got to go into your settings. You have to put your name in there. That's different than the account's name. That's different than the handle. So my handle is my name. But so I'm going to come up either way. You search it. Your name has to be searchable. If someone takes your class and wants to follow you, they need to be able to find you. And I know I sound like exasperated right now. It's because I'm frustrated with those of you that don't do this. You make me so mad. And some of you work with me. And I just want to tag you in my pictures of you. And I can't because your name is weird on Instagram and you're not searchable by your name first and last. Or like imagine you want to take a class at a gym and you see the instructor's name on the schedule. Wouldn't you want to creep a little bit and maybe check them out and see who they are? Wouldn't you want to like search for them maybe before you took their class? So people need to be able to find you by your name. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. You can see that gets me very hot and bothered. let's see, post your slightly more polished, slightly more curated stuff on your feed and your raw nitty gritty in your stories. You know, your stories roll off, so they don't last. So don't even worry. Don't spend a lot of time on them. Don't do Canva graphics and stuff like that for your stories. They don't last. Besides, people want to see like the real you, the real. They want to see like the real you. You can put your best foot forward on your feed, like your rose colored, like, I'm not saying not to be authentic, because obviously that's going to be one of my major points today. Obviously, you're going to be authentic, but it's your best foot forward, your nicer photo, like your post, like whatever. It's your more highly curated stuff. So that if someone is searching you and looks at their feed, they're like, wow, this person looks great. But if they're like, what do they really like? I want to see them brushing their teeth. I want to see if they have animals. I wonder if they like plants and garden. Like it's the nitty gritty. And like there's stuff about me, like my animals. I'm like an animal lover that I'm not going to post about my animals on my page because that's off brand and out incongruent with my bio and the services and things I provide and the reasons I want people to follow me. But if they want to get to know me in my stories, they're going to see those other things, like those other things, like my cat, my some more personal things about me. Okay. So let's see, vary your content. Make sure you're posting like in stories fairly frequently so that when people open the app, they see your bubble with the little circle around it, meaning you have content and stories, so that that's coming up, like up top left, up top left. So they see you, they see you, they see you. They open the app, they see you. If you have big lapses in your stories, they won't see you. And we want them to see you, the brand, all the time. Be consistent. So whatever you can be consistent with, I can be consistent with daily posting. If that's too much for you, bite off something smaller, commit to what you can commit to, and then stick with it, even if that is 3 times a week or something like that. Also, be patient because it is like growing a garden and it takes time to cultivate a following. And also, it's not all about that. It's not all about how many people follow you. And it's not about how you look like that. Like, it's not, that's like, that feels superficial to me. It's about, is it satisfying to you? Is it fun for you? Is it engaging? Is it effective for your business? Are people commenting? Do people like your stuff? If that's more important than, have you ever seen an account with like 200,000 followers and they get like 10 likes on a post? Nobody wants that. And I, to this date, have not purchased the blue check thingy. And I know they're changing things and that it seems like I think they're actually about to make a big change regarding the blue check. So I ought to tread lightly to not date this content. But the reason as of today I haven't done that is because it feels phony. It feels like buying followers. It feels like buying a look, um, as opposed to just being me and being comfortable with who I am without the blue check mark. So all right, so the next thing is that, like the garden analogy, it takes sunshine and water. So be consistent, keep showing up, keep giving it energy. My third point today is to be authentic. It's tempting to want to censor yourself to get more people to like you, but it's so exhausting to try to be something that you're not. It's also utterly unfulfilling. Like you are incredibly unique. You are someone's cup of tea. And that should feel very liberating to you. That is very liberating to me. That it's the only way, my true voice is the only way I can grow in a meaningful, effective way. I'm going to say that again, but about you. Your true voice, your personality, foibles and all. Your true voice is the only way that you can grow in a meaningful, effective way. So, like, why waste your time on trying to be anything? Why waste your energy? on trying to be something else. And the good news is it's easier and less stressful to just be yourself than it is to try to create a persona, albeit tempting, you know? All right, so being authentic leads to more engagement and you know, making content that people might want to share, might want to comment under. Those things are really important. Okay, number 4 actually relates a little bit to be consistent, but it's batch your content. You're not always going to be inspired. You're not always going to have time. You can kind of get what's like writer's block, where you just have like no inspiration and like no photos. But then there's going to be times where your creative juices are flowing, you've got lots to say and lots of content. Like me coming out of Florida, I have like up to my eyeballs in content and things to say. So I'm batching, I'm sitting down and creating a bunch of different reels and a bunch of different posts, and I'm just going to keep them in my drafts. By the way, if you log out of Instagram, you're going to lose all those drafts, but I'm keeping them in my drafts. And so then when I hit those like dry spells, if I don't have anything to say today, or I'm in a hurry, I have 0 time today, I can just go into my drafts and share something that I've already done. So that's like batching. That's like cooking your meals for a month, you know what I mean? It's like that. Or meal prepping for the week. It's the same thing. Okay, be nimble is my point number 5, because Instagram is always changing. In fact, I swear it's on the brink of a big change right this second. I wish I knew more about that, but I do think it relates to the blue check situation and having to pay to play, having to pay for them to show your stuff. Wah, wah. Okay, well, we'll see. I love following Brock Johnson, Chalene Johnson's son. He has tremendous insight about things and like when glitches happen and kind of he has his that's what he does. That's not what I do. I program and teach classes. He has his fingers on the pulse of Instagram. So he's a great one to follow if you don't already. Collaborate with other people, do carousels, do remixes, play with all the Instagram things. They like it when you play with their things, their polls, their stickers, all that stuff. Okay, number 6, how's my time? Oh, I gotta go. Be original. This is different than being authentic. This is authentic is like you like authentic is your you. Original is that you're different. You say things, you produce your content in an original, unique way. I love that stuff. Number 7, add value. You're definitely an expert. 100%. We know you're a group fitness rock star. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here because that's what this audience is. They are group fitness rock stars. So you already are an expert. You're already like great. And I'm sure all the people that follow you aren't all group fitness instructors. And it's kind of fun if they are, but like you're an expert in this thing that you do. So add value, whatever it is, whatever. Maybe you whatever you've niched down to beyond fitness professional, like what is your like specific lane in the fitness industry? Just make sure you're adding value, you're adding novelty, you're adding humor, you're adding emotion, you're adding inspiration. All those things are value. Making someone laugh is adding value. And then number 8, do unto others. I actually wrote down, give the engagement you want to receive. So don't be selfish. Don't be a selfish lover. Don't be a selfish lover. Like, don't just go on there wanting people to like you and take care of your needs. Sorry about this analogy. Let me clean it back up. Like whatever you want to receive, if you want to receive comments and shares and engagement and shout outs, like do that to the people that are following you. I say do more, give more than you expect to receive. Yeah, so just like think about shifting your approach from like like, what can social media offer me to, like, how can I uplift others? Try that for a month and watch yourself grow. Number 9, go deep before going wide. I love the Swiss Army knife analogy. I've probably used it 400 times on this podcast in the past, but like the Swiss Army knife thing, because it's not good at all those little things. Just like what's a cup, like Instagram is my jam. Like pick your favorite place to live on social media. And then maybe you have another, like I also post on LinkedIn because I'm trying to be a boss lady. And I post on Facebook, but I don't do all the things. I don't do Twitter, now X. I don't do threads. I mean, I created an account, but I felt like if we try to go too wide before we go deep, we are losing the potency of who we are. And we're losing some of our power. So just be great somewhere. Just have a spot. My spot's Instagram. And then I kind of, I sprinkle some stuff on YouTube and on TikTok and on Facebook, but I know like my home base, where that's where I'm really like curating the content. Then I might take pieces of it and share it elsewhere. Um, and then like last but not least, my last point, number 10, is really related to specifically to your classes and group fitness. Just like create FOMO. That's like marketing 101, but like show people and show yourself having so much fun in your classes. That is really how you can help market yourself. I know this just took like a quick pivot to marketing yourself as a group fitness pro, but again, this is Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. Creating that FOMO by showing people having so much fun. Remember my podcast. This is one of the most popular episodes that I've released is They Don't Need to Know. Remember that episode? One of the most listened to episodes because it got shared so many times. They don't need to know on social media that you have like illness or that you're suffering, even if it's like serious, even if it's like serious things you're going through, like from the vantage point of sales and marketing, for whatever that is for your business or for your class sizes, like it's more attractive to show the fun and the happy and to, abstain from sharing the downer stuff that we all have because we're all human and life is hard. All right, let me recap and get out of here and go pay attention to my beautiful daughter. Number 1, niche down, check your bio, check your content, consider a rebrand, pop in on your own Instagram account and pretend you don't know who you are. What do you see? Would you like you? Would you want to follow you? What does it say if someone is thinking about taking your class or whatever your fitness business is, and they go to your account right now? Does it say what you want it to say? So as you curate content and post, filter what you're doing through the lens of, what if this is the first impression someone has of me? What if this post is the first impression someone's gonna get? All right, basics, then be consistent, then be authentic, batch your content, be nimble, things change all the time, be original, so say and do things differently, add value, flip the script from what can social media do for me to how can I help uplift others here on this platform? Give the engagement you want to receive and some. Be a giver, be a servant. Go deep before you try to go wide across platforms and create that FOMO marketing. Okay, that's all I got, people. Thank you for listening to my speed version of Instagram Branding 101. I hope you found some valuable takeaways. I also, of course, love to learn from you. If there's tips or tricks that you have and you want to put them in in the review, or on our Instagram account, Confessions of a Group X Instructor, comment in the comments of the post about this episode. I'd love to hear what you have to say too. All right. Bye, beautiful people. I'm heading out of the country to France, but you will not miss an episode while I'm gone. All right. Love you guys.
Thank you for joining in on the Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. If you're interested in becoming a warrior instructor, go to warriorinstructors.com. But if you want more and found this episode amazing, please give us a rating. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to our next episode. So remember, be brave, be bold, be blessed. And above all, listen, learn, love.